Greetings, everyone. Larry Reedy here. Little update for podcasting. I'm sitting outside. It's hot, but under the canopy here, feels like it's 15 degrees cooler. But just to let you know, this Sunday, my guest is Chris Skates. And Chris has had a remarkable journey through life. He's a chemist. He's been working with nuclear power plants for a number of years. He's a speechwriter. He wrote speeches for Pence. He got a big setback with leukemia, and he's published, I think he's on his 5th book now. Really an interesting guy. If you don't listen to many podcasts, this man's had an incredible journey, really well worth listening to. And that's this Sunday, which would be the 29th. And on the 6th of June, Greg Lozano, Tacos to Go. There's a little mix-up on that one. There's a part A and part B. I was using portable equipment that required an update. When they updated, they went back to default settings, and I used a compressed mode so I can talk forever. On the uncompressed mode, it cuts you off at 31 minutes, and then it picks right back up on a new podcast. So there's going to be an A and B podcast, and the A is 31 minutes and the B is 19 minutes. Other thing in planning to do, not a lot of listeners for this day in history, a lot of work to do it. I'm probably going to back off of that in the next, probably the 5th of July, because I think I've got everything set up to run the 5th of July. And I'm going to go back to only having two episodes a week. I'm going to try Sunday for always have a guest. If I don't have a guest, because I'll tell you, it's hard to get around, and if people don't respond by text or phone, it's going to be hard for me. I've got some balance problems, some issues, vision issues, and I'm just not going to be able to beat the bushes. So anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm going to save like the legends, American legends, sports legends, different things, veterans and such. For when I don't have a guest, I'll run that on Sunday. But every Wednesday, starting sometime in July, I am going to go back to doing presidents. I'm going to have from George Washington through Biden. I'm going to have maybe a 15-minute podcast. And when I'm done with the podcast, I'm going to take this compilation of podcasts and I'm going to make a book out of it. And I think it'd be nice to have a cocktail table book where you don't have to go to the internet and listen to different things. This will be a review on a presidency, and if somebody wants to find out something about Teddy Roosevelt or Abraham Lincoln, it'll be, every page will be marked, it'll be a chapter, every president. And I would imagine, because I'm thinking if I spend 15 minutes, you know, you're probably looking at about maybe a 12-hour audio podcast, which over 46 presidents. But on a book, I imagine it might be 300, 350 pages. I don't know yet. But that's the game plan, and I just wanted to let everybody know. But after the 5th of July, I'm not going to do this day and time anymore, because this day in history, because Hardly anybody listens to it. If they're not interested in it, why bother? I get, some days I'll have like 12 or 15, some days I'll have 5 people, and an awful lot of work just for, a minimum listening audience. So anyway, that's the game plan. Make sure you listen to Chris Gates. You'll love the podcast. Great interview. I just listened for almost the whole podcast because it was so interesting. It was mesmerizing. And obviously, Greg at Tacos to Go is such a neat guy. And I hope by his grand opening on the 10th that he has his liquor license. So anyway, that's all I have to say today. Bye.